So this is a test project I have created now. The name of the project will appear here, test, top left, and we have a lot of options on the screen on the top stripe. First one is project option, connect option, build, settings, help. We'll just understand each one by one later as we need it. So main thing is palette section. This one. This palette section contain all the components. We have a lot of components here. This palette section actually is for it is like a library, component library. We have a lot of layout, media, a lot of components which can be used inside an app. Sensors are also present. Social service like mailing, calling, storage, that is database and all, connectivity, Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, whatever, serial, and some extensions are also available. You can use third-party extensions. That are some advanced kind of things. So next one is this is actually the main part of the app inventor. Main part in the sense whatever you are making, you must need a resource. So here we need all the things. If you want to use a button, you can get a button. If you want to use a checkbox, you can use a checkbox. If you want to show an image on the screen, you can use this image and put an image. You can use label to show any text information on the screen. We have a lot of components. You can use text box to get input from the user. If you are getting input as a password, you can use this password text box, which will just convert that into dot every time whenever user types. Okay, next section is the Weaver section. So Weaver section is basically just a weave of the graphical weave of the app, how an app will look like. This is just a dummy app, dummy mobile phone you can see here. You can actually set the size in pixels. If it is tablet size, it will just look like look something like this, a bit higher in width. Monitor size, if you are using something called as like maybe Windows size app, you can use this. Certainly more in width and height also. So basically, we are going to go with mobile phone size because we are designing an app for mobile phone. Now we have simple dummy app. Whatever I can do, I can just design the app here. How my app will look. That is the only thing possible here. Now we have component section. What is this component section actually? Component section is basically a section where we list all the components which we are using in our app. So in palette section, it is a library of components where everything is there. We can actually search for every component. Suppose text to speech, I can just search for text to speech and get that text to speech, or text box, or suppose notifier, or maybe image I can search. So a lot of things are there in palette section. Almost everything, whatever is required to make an app. So component section lists only those elements, only those components which we are using in our app. So right now we are using a button in our app. So button is listed inside screen one. So we have screen one. Inside that screen one we have this button. So screen one is a parent component and button one is a child component. Now what I can do, I can actually rename this because if button one, button two, button two, three will be there, it will be a lot of confusion. It will create a lot of confusion like what is button one for, what is button is two for. So I'm just gonna make it rename and what is the old name? Old name button one. I want to change it to something called as speak. So this button is for speak. Whenever I click on this button, it will speak. But you can see button name has changed, but text has not changed. So this text and this button name both are different. So for to change this particular name or the button text here, we actually need to go to the particular element or component, and then we have a property for that particular element. So whatever I change here in this property section will be for this particular component. That is in this case is button. I can make it font bold, so bold, italic, then so font is italic. Now I can change the font size to something called something like 15. It will be greater than font typeface. We have some typefaces, some limited, yeah, but it's cool. Height will parent. So if I just make it will parent, it will take it in task with the height, make it automatic. Or maybe some pixel I can define like 500 pixel. So height will be limited to 500 pixels only, or maybe 100 pixel. It won't go beyond 100 pixels on any device. Automatic is best. Or you can use some percent, like 20% is for 20% of the space will be taken by this button. Now the question is what of 20% for what? So 100% is screen one, 20% will be reserved for this speak button. So 20% if I just write, okay, yeah. Now again 20%, so I can make it 30% because both are same. So it has increased. So in total height is 100% of the screen. Now this button is taking only 20%. Width again the same thing. Fill parent. Fill parent means it will just taking the entire parent size. So parent is screen one in this case. It will be taking entire screen size. Image I can put on any button. So we'll just discuss that later. We have some shape option also rounded. So now the button is a rounded corner. Then okay. Then we have rounded oval shape. Okay, oval shape button is also there. Then we have text show button one. This is the text we can change. We can write whatever you want. Like suppose speak button, or you can just write click me. Click me. So whenever you click on this button, it will speak, or whatever kind of thing you want to do, you can make. Now text alignment, whether it will be on the center or left somewhere, or right somewhere, like this. So let's just make it center only. Text color. So just make it red. Will this button be visible or not? Or maybe you can program it something like after it will visible some after some time, or maybe on some kind of events. So initially you can make it invisible, and later you can make it visible. You can make it. You can put some logic there. That's also possible. Now background color of the button is same. You can put a background color like this. So we have total four section, main four section. First one is this palette section. Second one is this viewer section. Viewer section. Third one is component section. Fourth one is properties section. One more section is there. There's a small part of the screen that is down below over here. That is media section. This media section. So if you want to use any resources like video, you want to play on your screen, you want to put some background image, maybe you want to play some music, so you can upload that thing over here, media section. So it will list all the media section, all the medias, or all the third-party resources over here. A lot of options are there again for this. Okay, so the basic thing is palette section, viewer section, component section, property section. So the main difference between component section and the palette section. Component section only lists what we use. Do not list all the elements, all the components. And palette section lists all the elements. What are the present? What are the possibilities? We can use everything from like anything. We can pick anything. Now we have some options related to screen. So we have right now only one screen. That is screen one. I can add some more screen like by clicking on add screen. I can give the screen name specifically if I want. Otherwise, like suppose first one is login screen. This one, and second one is suppose register screen. That's also possible. So we'll just go deep later. Okay, so this small section was for front end. Now some basic elements are there. That is the control section. We say actually that the project section. What is the project section? If you directly go to click on project, it will take you to the project list. Whatever project you have done till now. If you want to start a new project, you can click on start new project and write the project name. Right now I am in test project. The project name is test. Import project AIA file from your computer. Suppose you have built a project and later you saved it in your computer. Later you want to edit the file again. You can use that AIA. So .aia file is something like uh, app inventor app something. Then we have save project. So whatever you do on this page, it will automatically be saved into AMIT App Inventor server. You don't have to save it manually. But suppose some point of time you missed it because due to your internet connection, and later after 10 minutes you got the internet connection. So you must save this project by clicking on the save project. Otherwise you will lose everything because it was not syncing up because you had internet blackout. And then a lot of options are there. These things are some advanced kind of thing like import key store and all. That comes into picture when you want to publish the app into your Play Store. Still, you don't have to bother about this. Now we have connect option. So we have, what is this connect option actually? Connect option provides you to test your app. How you want to test your app? You want to test your app directly on AI companion app. So if you choose this option, you will be getting a QR code like this. And now you have to download an app on your mobile phone and on your Android mobile phone called as MIT AI2 Companion on your device. There you can you'll be getting one QR code scanner. You can scan this QR code. So what this will do actually? It will transfer this. It will transfer this app which you have created here to your phone just for testing purpose. So this app will be transferred to your app just for testing purpose. Like you can just test your app and it will be reflecting live on your phone like something. Okay. Now next thing is if you want to use an emulator, you can use emulator, but you have to download it in your system. So if you don't have any Android phone, you're using Apple iPhone or maybe some other kind of operating system, you can just use uh, emulator. So here you need to download an external application. You can run it on that. Other option is connect directly USB and test it. Next is build option. So build option is specifically for uh, suppose everything is done, development portion is done. Now you want to publish that app to Play Store or the final APK. APK is nothing but Android package. So you have two options. Either you can download it on your phone or maybe your computer just to upload that file into your server or maybe wherever you want. Next thing is settings. You don't have to bother about this thing right now. Later you can just do changes on the settings because that things are something it's like advanced section. Okay, so this thing is done for designer section. So till now we were on designer section. Now we can just go to block section. Now what is this block section actually? Block section. So as we know, whatever the things are running technically right now, everything has a front end and back end. Front end is nothing but the design section, and the back end is nothing but the logic, code logic, what you write there. So you can just click on block section. You don't have to do anything by learning programming or doing anything. So again, we have two parts here: viewer section and block section. Viewer section and block section. So this viewer section is different from the designer's viewer section. Here we had this viewer section, and in block section also we have the same thing, viewer section. So this white screen is just a code ground, you can say, code ground. And on the left hand side we have all the blocks in the sense you have a logical components: control section, logic section, math section, text section, list, dictionary, colors, variables, and procedures. So these all things are like to build logic. Right now I have only one button on the screen which is present inside screen one. Now I can go to designer. I'm going to get some more component. Just for suppose text to speech. Text to speech. Drop it. Now if I click on speak button, if I click on speak button, I have a lot of options. Again, I have a lot of options. What if I click on, if what if I just single click? What if I do a long click? What if touch down is present? Like once you click and do not release your button, and touch up is something when you click and release your finger. So when this block will execute. So basically, we mostly use this click button. That is when speak is clicked, what you want to do. So I want to call a block that can speak a message. And now I go to text section because this speak message block need a message. So I want to write some message here. I can directly write because I need some kind of block here. I need to go to text section and get a text block. That's the first empty block. Get it? Got it? Now I want to write something, some greetings. Hello, how you something. So now whenever I click on this speak button, it will call this speak message block and will say, hey, speak this message. So user will be able to hear the same message. Hello, how are you? Okay. Now we have some customization for this text to speech. This text to speech that you can change the pitch, you can change the speech rate, you can change the country, you can change the language. By default, it will be English and pitch will be 1. So pitch value could be in between 0 to 1. Again, speech rate value could be in between 0 to 1. Or maybe you can go 0, 1 to 2. Also, I don't remember right now. Next thing is you can actually do one more thing. Whenever you click a button, you can change the screen one color. So you can do it manually, but it won't be dynamic. If you click on screen one and you can, if you want to change the background color to yellow, yeah, it will be yellow. But the thing is, you won't be able to change it once the app will be running on your phone. So how to make it dynamic? Like once the app will be running on my phone, I want it to be dynamic. Like if I click on click me button, it must say hello, how are you, as well as change the background color. And then after some time, if I click another button, it must make it back to white or some other color. So let me just get one more button, place it just below this, and now I can just rename this, but write a text for this button that's default. Default. Whenever I click on this default button, it should make all the changes back to normal. So let's just make this default button, default BTN. This is for your reference, for your code reference, for your block reference. This name, whatever you write here. But this one, whatever you change here in this property section, this text will be directly visible to the user. Okay. Now we have default button. I just want to make this screen one as default. Default in the sense the background will be white. Now go to block section. Now if I click on speak button, it will say, it is saying right now, it is saying hello, how are you? I want to make some more tasks, attach some more tasks with this button. I can just go to screen one and scroll down and search for a block, any set block. I can take background image or whatever because I have option directly to pick from here. Now I want to change background color. So I'll be picking background color. Set screen one background color to. Now it is asking which color to I want to change, from which it will be changing to which color. So I have one more section in block area. We have one more section that is colors. I can give any color from here. Now again, this is dynamic. You can pick red and click on this red to pick your own color. I'm just gonna make it yellow. When I click on this button, speak button, it will say hello, how are you, and make this background color to yellow. Okay. Next thing is if I click on default button, if I click on default button, it must change the background back to normal. That is white. I can just click on this, right click, duplicate, get this block there, and make this yellow back to white. Simple way. So now again, if I click on default button, it will just make the background color back to white. That's a normal one. And it will be saying something. Okay, let's just say it must speak uh, color is back to normal. So I can again use text to speech block, a message, or before, after, whatever you want, and write a message. So again, I can just copy the same text block, paste it here, and write background color is back to normal. So now we are doing two things. First, speak button and default button. The speak button would speak a message as well as change the button color to yellow, and default button would speak a message, will say background color is back to normal, and simultaneously change the background color to white. Okay, now I want to test this app. So I can I'm not gonna connect my external device. I'm not gonna use any Android phone. I'm gonna use the emulator one. So I can just click on emulator. Before clicking on emulator, you can do one more thing. Let's just see without doing that thing, is it automatically open the software or we need to do it manually itself? If I click on this, it is starting Android emulator. So if you get this message unable to retrieve the version of AI companion, you just need to do it manually. First go to, because first you need to install it, so just go to start menu. The name of that app is AI starter. You have to install it manually. Hope you have installed it. Open it. So this is a server kind of app actually. So you can see AI starter is started and waiting for the response from AI app inventor. Just minimize this now. Now you can go to connect, go to emulator. Now Android emulator will start in just 5 seconds. And the entire process of starting may take 1 or 2 minutes, depending on your system speed. Now we have got something, an emulator, an Android emulator to test this app. It will take some time. Till then, I'll just pause the video. So now we're gonna get the same app which we have developed in MIT App Inventor to this emulator. Yeah, we have two buttons: click me and default. So click me was customized, that's why it is looking like this, and default button is just a normal button. We haven't customized it. You can see the designer section also. Same thing we're getting on the screen. Now, what is the function of click me? If I click on click me, it will say as well as change the background color.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Again, if I click, it will do the same thing.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah. Okay. Now, if I click on background default color default button, it will change the color back to normal as well as it will say some message.
Background color is back to normal.
These two are the functionality. Again, click me.
Hello, how are you?
Again, default.
Background color is back to normal.
Next, one more thing we can do. We can get one label from the palette section. Get one label from the palette section. Just place it anywhere on the top. And I don't want any text on the label. Just make it blank and increase the font size a bit. So by default it will be 14. You can make it 30. So how 30 looks like, you can just test it. Yeah, this much big. Right. Now what I'm gonna do, I'll be making an app. Like if you click this click me button, every time whenever you click this click me button, it will count how many times you have clicked. I can go to block section. Now whenever I click, it comes under this tick button because that is just click me button. Just forgot about this one for now. You can just keep it down somewhere. Now we have click button which is speaking as well as changing the current background color to yellow. I want every time I want to change the count of label every time. So I can just go to label one, set the label one text, set the label one text to I want to count now. Each time it must start from each time it must add one in the previous number. I can just go and get one mathematic block, that is addition. Initially we don't have anything on the label one, so let's just put one there or maybe 0. Initially it will be 0. Now I can get the value of the current label text, get the value of label text, that is 0. So this will be giving us 0, 0. Now each time if I click, this all block will execute one by one. Each time I must add a number on that 0. 0 plus 1, 1. Next time the value of this label will 1. Again if I execute, like again if I click on start button, so this time, because this value is 1 and this value is again also 1, so it will be 1 plus 1. So it will just put this entire 1 plus 1, the result, into this text. So next time it will be 2. So it is dynamic now. If you click 100 times, it will count it 100 times. There's no limit. This is a simple logic, just to demonstrate how it works. Now I can just do one thing. Click on, because already the app is running in our emulator, I can just click on connect and refresh the companion screen once. Because I've done some changes here, I can just refresh the companion screen. Refresh it. Now let's just try it one more time. If I click, yeah, it is refreshing now. I can click on click me button.
Hello,
1.
how are you?
Again if I click,
Hello, how are you?
2. Again if I click,
Hello,
3.
how are you?
4. Now
Hello,
it is
how
counting how
are
many times
you?
you are clicking on the button. If I click on default, it will just make the background color back to normal.
Background color is back to normal.
What we can do here, with that background color, we can change the label color, label text back to 0. Counting will start again from 0. So to do so, we need to get this block, set label text, set label text, set label text over here. Now just remove everything and put this 0 here, because whenever I click on this block, it just make it 0, and you can actually drag this block and delete it like this. Done. Now again click on connect, refresh companion screen. It will be getting refreshed now. Now again if I click on click me, it will count
Hello, how are you?
2,
Hello, how are you?
3,
Hello, how are you?
4. Every time it is
Hello,
being
how are
added.
you?
1 is being added on that number, the previous number. Now click on default. So if I click on default, it will say background color is back to normal. Next it will make that background color to white. Next it will make that text label to back to 0. Right now it is 4. Click on default.
Background color is back to normal.
And block is also 0. The value of the label. So this is a simple app just to demonstrate how we attach the things from back end to front end. So we had designer, where we have designed this entire app. We got 4 components: text to speech, default button, speak button, label button, label, just to show the text on the screen. And we have programmed these all 4 from block section. If I click on speak button, it will call text to speech and say hello, how are you. It will set the background color to yellow. It will set the label text to current label text plus 1. So current label text is 0 by default. 0 plus 1, 1. Next time again if I click, current label text will be 1. It will be adding 1 again on that. 1 plus 1, 2, and it will be so on. Next thing is default button. If I click on default button, it will make uh, background color to white, as well as it will speak the message. That is background color is back to normal. As well as it will just set the back label text to 0. That is back to normal.